So I typically don't trade on Fridays, but I decided to trade today, um, just because it looked,
Order filled.
I felt like I was gonna get a decent trade, and to also see if I could pass this account today, which I'm not sure if I can. I'm not gonna force anything. I have looks like close to $90 left to make before I pass this funded account. Um, so just looking at that trade, I started on the higher time frame. Right here, you can see we have our 1 hour break of structure to the downside. Well, I got all of this stuff drawn. So let me go through it now. Looks like we might have a break even trade now, which is completely fine since I'm in profit.
Order filled.
Whoa. Okay, I don't know what just happened there. But it looks like everything's all good. Super big sell off all of a sudden, which I was expecting, honestly. I was expecting price to come back and take um these lows before going to the upside right here. So it could start to reverse from here, or we could continue down. It's really a toss up. I'm already up 86, so don't want to force anything here, but we definitely could see a huge flip right back to the upside from here. I'm gonna take a small
Order
buy
filled.
and see if we can get that. If we don't, it's completely fine. Put a sell stop right here. Um, Definitely a risky position. Maybe I should have waited a little longer, but how much we're risking? 30 on that. So risking 30. I feel like it's gonna pump down
Order
one more
filled.
time, yeah, before we actually push up. So let's see what happens next. I'm not sure if this is the time where news was supposed to come in as well. We're getting that sweep down like I wanted to see. I'm gonna put another buy stop right here just to see if we can get a push back to the upside after sweeping all of the lows right here. So still a risky position for sure. I gotta check and see if we have any SMTs down low.
Order filled.
Okay, we got that order in there. We don't have any type of inverse fair value gap. I'm gonna put my sell stop down here because this is the correct spot I should have had it in. Um, and yeah, so this is 15-second break of structure to the upside. This is a huge imbalance, so I would not be surprised if we continued lower because on the 1 hour time frame we are bearish and we've already tapped into 50%. But on the 4 hour time frame we are bullish. So I could be potentially on the wrong side of the market, but I also can be potentially on the right side of the market. So we'll see. We do have the equal highs right here that I do want to target. Um, and I was targeting them earlier. We didn't hit it to the T, but this is the target that I'm going for. Just to explain the whole trade setup, we got this low, this high, and a 4 hour break of structure right here. So we're within the 4 hour imbalance, which is where I want to see price come into before I take my buy position for our imbalance. And now we can go down to the 15-minute time frame, which you can see right here. We get that 15-minute break of structure, and we had a 15-minute inverse fair value gap right in here. So now I'm trying to see if we can get a push to this liquidity up here. Price seems to be acting pretty crazy today, and that's probably because um, like we're supposed to have news, but there's no news. Just kind of a weird day, to be honest. So that's kind of why I was like very skeptical of trading today. I forgot I have to double check, see if we have any SMTs at the lot at the highs or the lows. I'm checking trading view right now. I'm checking trading view, see if we have any SMTs. It looks like we do have a SMT at the lows. It's not the best uh, that I'd want to see, but it is a SMT. Looks like on the 1 minute time frame, low or low. So the SMT that I kind of see right now is uh, where is it at? It occurs at, looks like this spot right here. So this is the SMT that I'm seeing right now that I want to see hold. I'm not sure if S&P is going to take the high first, if it does choose to. We also have some sellers up here, so um, kind of waiting to see what happens now. I'm gonna put the break even. This is the SMT, so I want to see price honestly hold this setup and go higher. Really, I want to see uh all-time highs. So I may do like a trailing stop loss. But this is really TP1. Well, this is like TP1, TP2. But I kind of want to see it go to the all-time high. So we'll see. I may set it to just hit right around here. So I may start trailing now, or wait till we hit past the high. I'm expecting selling pressure to come back in right now, to be honest. I don't know if I want to lock in any profits though. Um, it is Friday, so I never really am fond of the Friday price action. It's just always barely not hitting my TPs and things like that. So Friday, I usually take a profit a little bit quicker um, than I normally would or want to. I may lock in some profit again. So that'll kind of lead me almost back to where I was. Let's see. Kind of want to see if this can hold. Maybe even right here. Uh, really just trying to think right now and play this appropriately. I want to see this hold. That would be very nice if that can hold right there. Stop loss right here. Boom, boom. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be happy with that. Now, if I put it right here, that's 22. We're gonna lock it in at 20. We'll lock it in at 20. Now, there is a small imbalance in here also that can kind of cover us if price comes lower. But I would love it if price just holds where it's at right now. So there's this small 30-second imbalance that if we push down further, maybe we can hold here. Since it's Friday, like I said, I never like the price action most of the time on Friday. So that is why I expect something to happen. Now we're getting that push down, which I'm not surprised. And we'll see if this 30-second imbalance can hold. There's no 3-minute imbalance. There's not even a 1-minute imbalance. So right now we're pushing out of that 30-second imbalance. And that's the last imbalance I see that can possibly hold us and take us to full TP up here, which will be $111. And that'll put me very close to passing this account. But we just gotta stay focused and not take any crazy trades. You see, we're only trading with one micro contract. I had two on earlier. I definitely wasn't gonna put more than two micro contracts on today, because it's Friday. So we're getting a beautiful push up now. If we start going past this high, I'm probably going to start to trail my stop loss very closely. Um, we should just push straight through them up onto this target because there's no imbalance in the this area. The next imbalance that should push us down is right here. And then after that, maybe we just run it up straight to the highs if we can get up there, because you can see prices now still rejecting, pushing back down. We're kind of in a weird consolidation. We're sweeping right here now, this internal side. So maybe we come back down and sweep some more of this and then continue up, or we just continue down. We did just hit make a SMT on S&P, so either we're gonna push up now on the NASDAQ, or we're gonna stay here and go through with that SMT. So since we already have an SMT, I'm gonna start trailing a little bit tighter. But there's an SMT right now at these highs with S&P. So now that we had a push through, I want to see a continuation, because right now on ES, we're pushing through the highs right now. See, we're pushing through the highs. So I would like to see a continuation on the NASDAQ through these highs. But since we're weaker on the NASDAQ right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we come down a little bit into this candle to then go back up. So I'm trying to give it a little bit of breathing room, but not too much. I'll give it 33. It's kind of tricky sometimes when you're trailing your stop loss. Yes. Now we're kind of switching
Order
around.
filled.
It looks like it just took me out. MNQ. Yep, just took me out of that trade. So I'm exiting off of that. And now it looks like we might be getting a reversal. So this is kind of why you trail your stop loss. And we could get in on the reversal, but I still think we're overall like bullish at the moment. So we may come. This is another 15-minute break of structure for me. So now we may come back into this leg and then push up further, or we may just continue down strong. So this is what you want to see hold right now. But with the strength of this right now, I would not expect this to hold. Because we just swept right here. So what could happen is we can come back up, respect this, and continue down, or we could just run straight through it right now because we're taking liquidity down here. So we have a lot of SMTs going on now. So honestly, I may just be done for the day. I don't think I want to mess with such impulsive price action going, like just running highs and running lows. Right now you can see we ran some of these lows, we ran some of the highs, then we ran some of the highs, ran some of the lows, ran some of the highs. Now we're kind of trying to run some of these lows. This would be a good potential setup to get back in on if you really want to have a tight stop loss, because this is supposed to be our protected low. if you get a bounce and a close of a candle right here, then this would be a nice and tight position to head back up into this liquidity. But we also kind of have, okay, so we took that out, which is still a possibility to sweep this low and then continue up. But like I said, price is super impulsive right here, so I did not expect it to even hold. And yeah, I mean, we're up 88 right now on the day. So can't be mad at that. Actually, 15-minute break of structure. So actually, we could be sweeping in here now and then going back to the upside. So I may be interested in taking another possible position. We would have to close through this imbalance. Let me see it on the 15-second. Um, yeah, we still have a lot of strength though coming from the sellers. But this is honestly a good spot to buy if you want to take a buy position. Again, if we can close through this imbalance and get an inverse fair value gap position. Because there is liquidity down in here. So it looks like we're breaking past that low. Boom. So break past the low. 15. So it looks like I'm probably just going to leave this alone. S&P is moving. And there's also a SMT on ES as well. So a lot going on. I might just be done for the day, to be honest. I'm trying to think, trying to be smart about it. You always got to be careful with giving profits back to the market because it will take it. Got all these alerts going off. We honestly still look pretty bullish overall. Well, actually, let me see. Calculating some things. No, I think we might just be headed down. I don't know. We're in a weird spot. Weird spot. So, let me see. So this is the breakdown. So we might just flush here as well. The possibilities are endless. Yeah, it's looking like we're gonna flush here now. I don't know. This is the protected low for the 4 hour. This is where the area that I wanted to see price bounce out of, which is right around here. But we could go as low as down here before we actually see the push to the upside. Um, we got an inverse fair value gap here, but since the 1 hour was bearish, um, I expected the 1 hour to go up into here before we went back lower. But we decided, okay, so we did kind of hit our 1 hour target, which is right here. Um, but I wanted to see it go a little higher, but we actually hit the 1 hour target. So let me see. Now this is another 1 hour break of structure to the downside. Um, this is our 15-minute break of structure right here. And so, yeah, we might just be heading down. 5 minute is where I'm supposed to take my trades off of. So this is the 5 minute high. 5 minutes pretty bearish, but we're also bullish still on the 4 hour. and we just took some more 4-hour liquidity. So if we get a bounce up from here, that could lead us back to all-time highs as well. And we have equal highs up here as well. I gotta check and see if there's any liquidity down here that I should be mindful of, like Asian session liquidity and things like that. So there is some Asian session liquidity that we already ran through this push down. And now we're tapping into the last manipulation of the New York session, of the other day's New York session. So today's definitely pretty tricky. Right now we have a huge SMT right here. Huge SMT, which you guys can't see it on the other chart. But a huge SMT with ES and NQ. So there's a possibility that this is the manipulation to then go higher. But really, the price has to tell me that. There's too much going on. It's crazy. So we're kind of getting a pullback now. I'm
Order
going to go ahead
filled.
and take a buy position right here. Going to have a very tight stop loss. I have a sell stop right here. This is the SMT that is forming. We're now giving a 1-minute pullback. Could also lead to 5-minute pullback. Definitely a risky position right now, but it could play out. Probably going to be my last trade of the day. Let's see how much we're risking on this first and foremost. We're risking $38. Something tells me we're going to have one more push down before we go up. Man, price is crazy right now, though. I want to kind of at least see us get into here. If we get into there, I may immediately set price to break even. I'm going to leave my stop loss there. I really don't want to move it. Although we kind of got these lows stacked up like that, which I don't like. I wouldn't be surprised if we come down, take something and go up, or if we come down, take all of them and go up. Because I'm entering in this pretty early. Okay. Kind of what we want to see. So we're kind of sweeping in here at the moment. Let's hope it holds, but I wouldn't be surprised if it don't, because we still got equal lows right here and kind of right here as well. But it'd be nice if this is the manipulation to then continue higher. Right in here. And this is how you kind of like use liquidity to map out your trades, trading ideas. And you can see we also have liquidity on the top side. as well, starting to build up. So the the overall buy setup is looking like what we want to see, but it's looking kind of tough to execute. So right now we're kind of getting a push back up on the S&P higher, but will it hold is the question because we just broke a 5-minute low, but that could just be a sweep to continue up, or it could be a retracement to continue lower. This is ES right now, and we could be sweeping inside of here to then go higher. Although we already took the high, so this is probably a red flag. Honestly, it's a red flag. I shouldn't have took that because we already took our target on ES, our higher time frame target. So we actually have a higher time frame
Order filled.
higher time frame, what is that called? SMT at the highs. Now that I think about it. So we should honestly be continuing lower. So I'm wondering if I want to take any more trades because we have an SMT right here and right here. See, if I go to ES, there's a SMT right here and right here. So I should, its sales are actually pretty valid right now. Because on NQ, we wanted to take that target, but we already took it on ES, so we don't have to take it on NQ. So in this scenario, I could look for a trade back into this imbalance or this imbalance to then go lower. But it looks like we're super impulsive right now, so we may not even get a pullback into that level. And overall, we're still in this 4-hour setup. So really it's kind of like this. So we're kind of bearish right now. Yeah, we're kind of bearish. So Apple's going up. So this is kind of what I was looking to see earlier. It's kind of that sweep pattern, but I don't think I'm gonna take anything else. I think I'm gonna just lock myself out, honestly. As soon as I lock myself out, it's gonna go up the rest of the day though. That's usually what happens. We could get a buy position in here. That could be the reversal. Do I want to mess with it is the question. Don't know. The safest bet is to wait for a break of structure of that 1-minute high. Like the safest bet is really to wait for this 1-minute high. Now we could come into here and then push up, break it, and just continue up, which I feel like that's what is going to happen. But we also could just continue back lower. So we'll see if this is a sweep. If we can sweep here, then I may take a buy. But if it's no sweep, then we're probably just gonna be done. If we break lower, I'm probably just gonna be done. So this is the demand we're kind of coming into. Kind of want to see a inverse to the upside. Price is just acting crazy though. And just because you have a potential trade does not mean you should take it. And that's one thing I had to learn. Like certain setups and things, like just because you can just because I know there is a potential buy here doesn't mean I should buy. It does not mean I should buy. Now it's looking good. It's looking good. I may take it. Okay, I'm gonna
Order
take it here.
filled.
And this is for sure my last trade of the day. If we lose it, then we're gonna be break even. Um, Most likely break even, close to it. Yeah, we'll only be up like $15. So I could just risk the entire risk that I have today, which would be $50 now. So yeah, if we lose it, we'll be break even. If not, we'll be up for the day. So this will be a 1 minute breaker structure up here. We got a V shape coming out of here. We got a few things working for us. Um, but it's not none is like super solid. So I'm gonna kind of map this out. Strong push down, 4 hour liquidity, 4 hour liquidity. This is my 4 hour imbalance that we want to see it push down into. So we already met that. So if we go down to like the 15 minute, you can kind of see where all the liquidity is, which we're sweeping it right now. But the question is, how are we going to push to make a new high, or are we going to continue down with all this strength and momentum? Now there is equal highs right here, but we already met the 1 hour position. So now we're kind of break even right now. 15 minute. This was the 15. Yeah, I feel like we should just get out of this, to be honest. We have a higher time frame SMT, and right now, I guess we have another. This is a higher time frame SMT right now that we're in. So, I mean, there's potential still for this setup. I think I may just let it play out. We also have lower time frame SMT, so it looks decent overall. There's a SMT right here as well, so I think I may just hold it and see where we can go. SMT. Risking very small profits of the day, so it's like almost like I never traded on Friday, and that's how I like it. That's how I like it. But it'd be nice if we can get to around here. Um, I expect this to be the target. Target. So if we put a sell position here, let's see how much that will get us. Probably maybe like, okay, so that's 72. That'll put me at around like 120 for the day, which is not bad at all. I may just wait till we hit that target and put my stop loss around 100, because I honestly would love if we can get all the way back up to here, because that'll pass this account. So this will be my target slash break even. No, target slash trail stop loss. So this is going to be where I start to trail my stop loss. We want to definitely see a push through this imbalance with one candle. If we can get a push through this imbalance with one candle right here, then we're definitely in very good standings. Once we hit the target spot, like I said, we'll probably put the trailing stop loss at about $50. If we can hit that, of course. I'm looking at ES right now, and it looks like we're getting a slight push down. So I may just set it to break even now. Let me see. Yeah, I think break even here is decent. We got an SMT, 1 minute high, low, higher high. Um, Yeah, I'm cool with this position. Maybe I can put the stop loss a tad bit lower. But yeah, risking $6 on this position now, so I will definitely take that. Um, we're gonna see how it plays out. We got the moving average right there that we can maybe get a pop off of. But with the push down of this candle strength, I would not be surprised if we just come and hit my stop loss. But we got the moving average here. We also got a 30-second imbalance sitting right here as well. We just created another 30-second imbalance, bearish imbalance on the top side. So we got to break through that if we want to see continuation. Once I get close to the end of these accounts, I start to really manage my risk heavily because once I get really close, that's just when I like to do something reckless and try to pass it fast, and I end up blowing the whole thing. So got to take one micro contract, two maximum, and just hit the target. So let's see, can we hold? Can we hold, or are we gonna push through?
Order filled.
All right, we could get a bounce still. I really should have had my stop loss below here. So if we hold here and start to flip, then I'll enter in one more time, but still basically the same position. If we don't really like get a flip here, then I'm done for the day. I'm waiting. We're kind of rejecting this imbalance right here now, so we got to push through it. If we push through it strong, I may re-enter. Waiting. Okay.
Order filled.
So I guess I should have just put my stop loss at the appropriate safest spot if I knew I was going to get back in. So now this is where I'm going to have my stop loss. We pushed back through this imbalance, so I would love to see it hold and then us continue up to where we were trying to get before. We could very well, like I said, actually on the 30-second, on the 30-second we pushed through as well. So a very minor push through. So it would have been better to wait for a stronger close through because obviously we're kind of like pushing through and rejecting it at the same time. So I wouldn't be surprised if it went up or down at this point, or even if we came, swept more of these lows and then continued up. But I'm going to be done for the day now, regardless. But I'm putting my stop loss in the better spot now and going to let it do its thing. I feel like I should have it even lower, though. Maybe we risk the entire $43. Let me see, 40. So that would be right around, I don't know. Do we just risk it all? Because this is the lower time frame SMT right here, and then we also have the higher time frame SMT right here. So it's like I'm trying to have a very tight stop loss, but it might mess me up and just get me out of the trade when it's still a good trade. This is the SMT, the higher time frame SMT right here. So higher time frame SMT, lower time frame SMT, and we're moving down very slow. So I feel like we're just taking liquidity to then go back to the upside. So I want to be a part of this move if it's going to actually happen. And we could very well push lower one more time and then go higher and create another SMT on the lower time frame and maintain the higher time frame SMT. So it looks something like this. We made an SMT right here. And then if we make another SMT right here, we're still maintaining the higher time frame SMT because it's just going a little lower. But this SMT on the higher time frame is still intact because ES is way up here like this. And this is just going down lower for a bigger SMT, which I'll go to it to kind of demonstrate. So right now, this is the SMT, and we're kind of like this. So we may go a smidge lower to then go higher. So we're trying our best not to get pointlessly faked out. So good candle right here. We kind of swept this liquidity inside of here now. And we may get that push up to the upside that we was looking for. Only thing that's kind of going to stop that now would be this bearish imbalance right here. So I think we're going to get a push back up at least into that. And we'll see what happens from there. I'm probably going to go ahead and cut the video just so it's not extremely long. But if we can get a push through this high, then that is going to be a good setup to get back to where we were trying to get the entire time. We got the equal highs up here that we kind of wanted to see taken overall. So that's the overall target. We're already about to make another SMT on ES. So NQ has a long way to catch up, to be honest. So I don't know if NQ is gonna catch up or if we're just gonna have another SMT to the upside to then go lower. So let's see. So this is the target that I had before with the trailing stop loss. Man, we're just dipping right back down. We really ain't trying to hit it. I also don't like, only thing I don't like about this setup is we kind of got a lot of equal lows stacked up down here. We got 1, 2, 3 lows. So it's a lot of liquidity resting to the downside that we could easily come and target again. And that's a strong down close candle. This is when it gets tough. This is when it gets tough. I can't lie to you. We have a sweep. We kind of got an inverse. It's a small inverse on the 1 minute. But it also has a strong candle coming through it with a sweep right here. So we could very well just push down and take all of the lows out now, or we could continue up, like I said before. This is the 1 minute break of structure right here. And then we have the next kind of 1 minute and sweep right here. So this is the low that we want to see hold. I would not be surprised if price comes down into here and then pushes back up. But I don't want to see any of that. I really don't. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna probably cut the video, um, and then maybe just show the end of day result. But this is definitely most likely gonna be the last trade because like I just don't like how price is moving. My bias isn't to the upside or the downside. It's like in the middle. So when it's like that, I know I don't trade my best. But right now we're going with the overall 4 hour time frame, which is I want to see this low hold and us to potentially make a new higher high. Now we may just come back into this 1 hour range right here and then push lower. But obviously, if I'm going with the higher time frame, I would love to see a push higher into at least this equal high structure. So we're finally getting a push up into our first target where we want to maybe start trailing our stop loss. There is a huge SMT though from here to here. Now that's gonna cause one of two things to happen. Either we're gonna catch up very quickly on the NASDAQ and start to push towards this high, or we're going to reject in one of two places. We're going to reject in here with the equal highs right here to push us lower, or we're going to reject in here to push us lower. So I'm just going to follow most likely the plan I had set and maybe trail this stop loss to just secure a little bit more profit for the day. I'm not going to trail it extremely hard because I know I'm still going with the 4 hour time frame, which is technically still bullish. Although we met our target on NQ, we did not meet the target on we met our target on ES when we took the highs. We did not meet our external target on NQ. So just to give you a little map of what's going on right here, from here to here, the 4 hours bullish. So we came back down into here and we pushed higher. So initially when we took this high, we didn't take it on NQ, which means that we could potentially just see a reversal. So right here is the spot where we could have seen a reversal, but from here to here on the 4 hour time frame, we're still bullish. So this is the liquidity on the 4 hour time frame, which could push us into this area. Really, I want to see at least this area, but we could go to this area or take out all-time highs again. So, I mean, you see it on a lot of traders' charts, though, especially Justin Werlin. He'll have the sell side, buy side curve thing. So I'm going to delete some stuff and just kind of show you. Right now, we were on the sell side of the curve. If this is the range from the low, I'm trying to draw it. It's lagging. Still lagging. If this is the setup from the low, come on. Interesting. Doesn't want me to draw now. Try it again. Well, let's focus on trailing our stop loss real quick. Okay, now we're glitching for whatever reason. All right, trying to get back into this trade. So we should still be, like I said, kind of getting some rejections out of this area. Um, but we have some buyers imbalance right here. So um, I kind of want to see this protect us and continue to push to the upside. It's tough because I want to trail very hard right now, but um, I feel like we're gonna get a push down deep uh, somewhere in this area to then push us back to the upside. We have a small imbalance right here though as well that could help us bounce, but this huge imbalance right now, I would not be surprised if it just pushes us down further. So maybe we'll trail our stop to right there. I wouldn't be mad with a $49 win. But right now we're kind of breaking structure to the upside like this. And of course we want to see another break. There's a 3-minute imbalance that we could come back into and hold us up. So this will be 25. That'll put us at about 68 worth of a win. Um, so maybe we just try to hold out and hit these equal highs up here. I really want to see this target hit with the equal highs. I think that's where we're headed to now. Let me double check. If we do hit that, then that means we kind of hit the target for the 4 hour, potentially to reverse. But we also respected this 1 hour imbalance right here initially. So like I said, we do have to keep in mind we have another higher time frame SMT. So price could go any which way it chooses, if I'm being honest. So we're starting to get rejection at the highs on ES. It's not a lot, but it is some rejections. We're pretty bullish though, looks like it on ES. So I may just continue to try to hold it out. We're now flipping bullish on this candle, which is a good sign. Now, if we can close bullish within the next 15 minutes, then that would be really good as well. But if we get taken out for 25 bucks, I mean, for only $25 as the win, then so be it. This is what the 5-minute time frame looks like. Now let's see if we can continue to push through this bearish imbalance. We pushed through the first 5-minute bearish imbalance right here. So what we kind of want to see now is a swap on respecting imbalances. And we want to see this 5-minute imbalance hold. If we do push into it, we might not even push into it, but if we do, we want to kind of see it go from respecting bearish imbalances to respecting bullish imbalances now. Because we're still in this 5-minute imbalance as well. And this is the true imbalance we want to see disrespected because it's deeper within this push down from this high to this low. I kind of want to just take this.
Order
So
filled.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take what it's giving me, and then maybe I'll re-enter if I see something. But I would not be surprised if we just continue to run it up and take out the highs. I wouldn't be surprised of anything here. But this is kind of the spot I want to see uh, us reject and then continue to the upside on. We also kind of got this little trend line going right here. So maybe we can get a bounce off of all of this and continue up. But man, we're flying on ES. I knew I should have took ES because I just don't trade it enough. So in the race, basically, I would have probably had to put 2 contracts on because I think ES is not as expensive, or it's a little more. I can't remember which one. So now we're a little bit under the moving average, which you kind of don't want to see, but I'm also expecting us to come into this imbalance and then reverse. I don't like the strength of this candle, but we could easily just see a big blue candle back to the upside. And then the strength of this doesn't really matter because it was absorbed by the buyers. Waiting to see what happens. It looks like we might. I mean, we're kind of breaking the trend line right now. We could still reverse up here, but right now this looks like we're just gonna have a strong drop again, potentially. But we're also kind of having a corrective looking pattern down. But the strength of the price right here pushing down is kind of strong. And this is kind of the point where I use trend lines to really kind of tell me what may happen. We're still moving down very slow. So right now it's looking like we may get a reverse back to the upside. Like this was kind of strong, but now it's looking like we're just correctively moving down to continue up. This is probably the best position I could get in, so I'm
Order
just gonna get
filled.
in here. Um, and probably if I get stopped out, then I'm just gonna be done. Like this is just a really good position for a buy, and I don't think it's gonna get any better. I think it's if it does show me more signs, it's gonna continue up. Then I'll be putting more money and more risk on the table than I want to. So let's see how much that risk is. It shouldn't be more than like $20. It's 27. So I think 27 is a decent risk for this position. Um, we want to see it break past this high, and then that'll be a really good sign that we're going to continue up. So we got a small break right here. Now we want to see a break and a close of price above this, and then I'll be a lot more confident that we can take price to the upside up here again. But regardless, we're going to be up about 75 for the day. Um, so I will take that. This is probably the next target. Um, Next TP. So let's see how much we'll get from that target. That's 25,138. That will be about $74, which would put me very close to passing this account. Looks like I need about 150, which could very well happen. If I ride it all the way up to all-time highs, but that's kind of risky on a Friday. Yeah, all-time highs that will put me at 190. And that'll pass this account. But since we already have a huge SMT with ES and NQ, I don't know if we're gonna hit all-time highs today. Like right now, this is NQ down here with this SMT, and ES is way up here. So if ES continues to run up, then that's good for NQ because NQ should follow. But like I said, I wanted to see a quicker push from NQ to let me know, okay, this was the manipulation, and now we're going to follow ES to the upside. But since we're kind of not moving up super quickly on NQ, I'm expecting this to be another manipulation in one of these points of liquidity to then reverse back down further, because this will still have a SMT on the top side, with ES up here and NQ down here. So now we need to manage this position. I'm going to click break even just because I like to use this tool. But this is the next TP, and the reason is because I know there's liquidity right above this candle. So we may lock in like $30. I don't know if I want to lock in anything yet because I'm I'm fairly certain we're going to continue past this high, but how far past that high is really the question. So we have equal highs right up here, so we should definitely hit that. But are we going to use that then as the liquidity to drop? I'm not sure. So as soon as we start to get above here, I'm going to start trailing my stop loss again. And really, I'm going to trail it a little bit earlier before then as well. Right now, I'll probably set it at like maybe 25. And when you think about this as like you're making real money in real time, like $25 in like 15 minutes, that's beautiful. Like I'll take that any day of the week. If we push down from here, oh
Order
well, I'm
filled.
not mad about it. Okay. We could just ride that little trend line that I had before and continue up, but I may just be done. I may just be done for today. 124 off of a day I don't really trade. It's good. I locked all of my other accounts so that way I don't overtrade, and I planned on only using one micro contract today. So I think we're gonna call it there. My expectation, I mean, I want to see us break the high, the all-time high, or at least come up and take these equal highs. But I also don't want to sit in such slow price movement to the upside. You can see we're kind of moving up very slowly, taking the highs. But that's also a signal sometimes that we're going to just reverse and run all of that. So I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of the losing part of trading. So um, you see we're respecting this now. Still kind of rejecting it here as well. I got stuff to do. So till next time, I'll catch you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to learn directly from me, go to my YouTube channel and click the link in the description of the dashboard, and I'll get you hooked up so you can learn. Till next time, catch y'all later. Bam.